All right, so are you ready for this? Today we're diving deep into Kenya, where this catchy song, Sipangwingwi, has stirred up a whole debate about individual freedom and societal values, and a little bit of political hypocrisy, too, actually. We've got news articles, opinion pieces, even some academic research to unpack.
Wow, that's a
lot.
lot.
It's going to be a wild ride. So what's so fascinating here is that even if you aren't like totally immersed in Kenyan politics, this case study really speaks to this tension that we all kind of grapple with, which is, you know, finding the balance between doing your own thing and fitting into the bigger puzzle of your community.
Exactly. So Sipangwingwi.
Right.
It's more than just a song, right?
Oh, yeah.
That phrase, maisha ni yangu, shughulika na yako, which basically means my life is up to me, concentrate on yours, has become like a generational anthem.
Totally.
But, and here's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
President William Ruto criticized the song for undermining the moral fabric of society.
Right.
Except he used it in his campaign in 2022.
Oh, the irony.
Right.
That's what makes this so interesting. You know, it's not just about some politician changing their mind.
Yeah.
It raises a deeper question. Are these leaders really connecting with cultural trends, or are they just picking and choosing whatever fits their agenda at the moment? And what happens when those same cultural elements suddenly become a problem for them?
That's a good question. It makes you think, is any song safe from becoming political?
Yeah.
This whole thing got me thinking about this quote by Dr. Amani M. Kamal, the cultural anthropologist.
I know them,
They said that music is a reflection of the society we live in, and that it can influence thoughts and actions. Powerful stuff.
So is Sipangwingwi simply mirroring some kind of shift in Kenya?
Yeah.
Or is it actually driving that shift?
It's almost like music holds up a mirror and blasts that message through a megaphone at the same time. You know? It's not unique to Kenya, though.
Okay.
Think about the 60s counterculture movement or 70s punk rock.
Yeah.
Music became this soundtrack for change.
But isn't that a bit scary?
Oh, how so?
Like you're just bobbing your head to a song and all of a sudden you've absorbed some serious ideology without even realizing it. Where's the line between artistic expression and, you know, potential harm? Can you really enjoy a song without buying into every single idea it's putting out there?
I think that's the real challenge, isn't it?
Yeah.
Censorship is obviously a slippery slope.
Right.
But we can't ignore the power music has to spread messages, good or bad.
It's a lot of responsibility, I guess, for both artists and listeners.
Definitely. And it's interesting, you know, Sipangwingwi has resonated in Kenya in part because of the context of rising youth unemployment.
Oh, okay.
That phrase about individual responsibility, it hits differently when you're struggling to find your place.
Wow. Yeah.
In a tough economic situation.
Okay, I hadn't thought about it like that.
Yeah.
So it's less about the song being inherently good or bad.
Right.
And more about how it connects with what's already happening in society.
Exactly. And those interpretations, they can differ wildly, even within the same country.
Wow.
Which actually brings us to another layer of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Remember the NCIC?
The what?
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission.
Yeah, right, yeah.
They had already raised concerns about Sipangwingwi too. You see, they're in charge of keeping the peace between all the different communities in Kenya.
Okay.
And they were worried that this whole my life is up to me thing could cause some real divisions.
Between people with different values.
Exactly.
Okay, so hold on.
Yeah.
It's not just about individual versus collective.
Right.
It's about how those ideas actually play out in a society where people have all sorts of different backgrounds.
Absolutely. And my life is up to me.
Right.
Can mean something totally different to you than it does to me.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense.
So Sipangwingwi becomes like this cultural Rorschach test.
Ooh, I like that.
Everyone sees something different in it.
Right.
Based on their own life, their own experiences.
So the NCIC, they were worried about more than just like philosophical differences.
Oh, yeah. They even issued a warning about using language that could stir up ethnic tensions.
Seriously?
And they've actually gone after people for hate speech related to this whole debate.
Wow. So this is serious stuff.
It is.
It's not just theoretical. It's like real-world consequences.
Absolutely.
Based on how people are reacting to this song.
And it shows just how powerful music can be. In terms of how cultural messages ripple out and impact society, sometimes in ways we don't even expect.
Makes you think, huh?
Think about the music you listen to.
Okay.
What values are hidden in those lyrics?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Maybe you're bopping along to something that actually goes against what you really believe in.
Oh, man. Now I'm going to have to rethink my whole playlist.
It's not about overanalyzing everything.
Okay.
Just try to be a little more aware, you know.
Aware of what?
Aware of the messages. You can still enjoy the music.
Yeah.
But also think about, what is this song really saying?
Right.
Who benefits from this message being out there?
Okay, so it's like adding another layer to the listening experience.
Exactly.
But does this only apply to music?
What do you mean?
I mean, we're surrounded by messages all the time.
True.
Movies, social media, ads. It's like information overload.
That's where media literacy comes in.
Media literacy.
Yeah, it's like a superpower for navigating this crazy world of information and influence.
So it's about asking questions, not just taking everything at face value.
Exactly.
So you're saying Sipangwingwi is our gateway drug
to
becoming more media literate. Not bad for a pop song.
Right.
But how do we actually do this?
Well, first off, don't just consume passively.
Okay, what does that mean?
Engage with what you're taking in. Ask yourself some questions.
Like what?
Like, whose voice is being represented here?
Okay.
And whose voice is missing?
That's a good one.
What assumptions are being made? Are they even true?
Right.
What emotions are they trying to make me feel and why?
Okay, that's helpful.
Yeah, think of it as a checklist.
Gotcha.
Of course, you don't have to analyze everything.
Right.
Sometimes just being aware that these messages are there is enough. And just asking, what stands out to me in this?
Yeah.
Can really get you thinking.
So it's about being an active participant, not just a passive listener. Like, we get to choose what we connect with.
Absolutely.
And what we push back on.
And that's powerful, you know.
It is.
Because once you start seeing those messages and understanding their potential impact, you can start making more conscious choices.
About what we consume and what we create.
Exactly.
It reminds me of that quote by, who was it?
Who are you thinking of?
Douglas Rushkoff.
Oh, yeah, the media scholar.
Yeah, he said, media literacy is not just about the ability to analyze media. It's about understanding media's role in shaping our world.
He's absolutely right. And Sipangwingwi is a perfect example.
Totally.
It's not just a song. It sparked all these conversations.
Yeah.
About identity, freedom, responsibility.
The role of art in society.
Exactly.
And that's way more interesting than just arguing about whether the song is good or bad.
Right.
It's about digging deeper, seeing the connections, understanding the nuances, and sometimes, you know, those deeper layers.
Yeah.
That's where the real gems are hidden.
You said it.
So we've really gone deep on Sipangwingwi.
Yeah.
Explored the whole Kenyan context. And even touched on how this connects back to our own media habits.
Right.
But you know me.
Always looking for more.
I like to leave our listeners with a little something extra to think about.
Okay, you like it.
What's the one thing you really want people to take away from this deep dive?
I think the big takeaway here is don't underestimate the power of cultural narratives. You know, Sipangwingwi might seem like just a catchy pop song.
Right.
But it's actually tapped into something much bigger.
Okay, like what?
It's become this focal point for all these conversations about individual versus collective values.
Yeah.
About freedom of expression and its limits.
Right.
About how art can both reflect and shape society.
It's like that quote by Stuart Hall, the cultural theorist.
Oh, yeah, I love him.
He said, culture is about shared meanings. And it feels like Sipangwingwi has become this battleground for those meanings. Yeah. Different groups are trying to claim it, interpret it, and use it to push their own ideas about how society should work.
And that struggle over meaning is happening all the time, everywhere.
Wow. Yeah.
It's in the news, the movies we watch, even the conversations we have online.
So it's not just about Kenya.
Nope.
It's about recognizing these tensions are playing out everywhere.
Exactly.
Maybe in different forms, maybe with different soundtracks, but the core questions are the same. Right? What matters to us as a society? How do we balance individual rights with the common good?
Right.
And how do we even navigate this world where it feels like everyone has a megaphone?
Big questions.
Yeah.
No easy answers.
Right.
But I think the fact that we're even asking them who are willing to have these tough conversations, that's a good sign, you know.
A sign of what?
It means we're not just passively accepting whatever narratives we're given. We're actually trying to shape the culture we want to live in.
And that's where the real power lies, right?
Absolutely.
It's in recognizing that we're not just consumers of culture. We're creators, too.
We have a voice. We have a choice.
Yeah.
We have a responsibility to contribute to the conversation.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, let's leave our listeners with a challenge.
Okay, I'm ready.
What narratives will you choose to amplify?
Ooh, good one.
What conversations will you start?
Love it.
And what kind of world will you help create?
Powerful stuff.
It's been a fascinating journey.
It has.
Thanks for diving in with us.
Of course.
Until next time.
See ya.
Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep those critical thinking skills sharp.